Good morning and a happy Saturday to you. I'm King 5 meteorologist Ashley Ruiz with a look at your forecast. Today we're starting out with some clouds once again, but then they'll start to scatter out as the day goes on, leaving us with a mix of sun and clouds into the afternoon. Most spots will be in the 60s today except for the coast. Those spots will be in the 50s and lower 60s. A better shot for widespread 60s and 70s for Father's Day. Looking great for that. And then next week we'll have 70s with shower chances finally returning by the middle half of the week. And to think about weather whiplash, I mean, to think a week ago, just last weekend, we had 80s followed by record-breaking temperatures, 90, as we kicked off the new week and temperatures slowly started to come down. The coolest day, at least over the last couple of days, yesterday. And so we had our taste of summer. Now we're going back closer to where we should be this time of year. We don't have any heat alerts in place, in fact, not for the foreseeable future, but I wanted to take you up to Alaska real quick, where there is a heat advisory, first heat advisory issued, and this is for Fairbanks, and this is for Sunday into Monday when they're expecting unusually hot conditions, around 85 to 90 degrees up there. Once again, no heat alerts in place, but there is a small craft advisory in place. I'll show you where coming up. But let's talk about the forecast. As you see how temperatures go up and down just by a couple of degrees heading into the week. Then our weather pattern starts to change a little bit. We'll have this area of low pressure to our north, and that's going to bring us some shower chances and breezy conditions. Thursday, fewer showers. It looks like a couple of light showers though, but then Friday, if not Friday, late Friday and into the first half of the weekend, go figure, first full weekend of summer, we'll have shower chances in the forecast. But once again, we desperately need the rain. Here's a look around Washington this morning, at least as of 9 o'clock this morning. You see a lot of clouds, eastern Washington. We have sunshine. Above, we have blue sky. Not so much up in Paradise. We still have some sprinkles, mist out there, but these clouds will start to peel away. You see the Olympia Airport, a lot going on around town, including the air show. That's from noon to 4:30 at the Olympia Airport, near 70 degrees there by the afternoon, and you see just temperatures will be comfortable. Now up in Snoqualmie, the Snoqualmie Point Park for the Mountain Bike Fest, going to be cooler there. And Port Townsend as well. Georgetown Carnival kicks off at noon till 10 o'clock, 70 for the high temperature for the afternoon. And then the Edmonds Art Festival, 67 degrees. If you are headed to the Mariners game this evening against the Guardians, it's going to be comfortable for that, pretty much all game long. And we'll have more clouds overnight once again. High temperatures, again, going to be near normal, if not below normal, in the mid and upper 60s for the southwest interior, South Sound, maybe around 70 for the east side. Some of the neighborhoods in Seattle closer to the water, a couple of degrees cooler. Eastern Washington in the 70s and 80s. Now I mentioned that there is a small craft advisory in place for the central and eastern Strait of Juan de Fuca. That's in place until Sunday morning because westerly winds 10 to 20 knots could get a little rough out there. Puget Sound and our inland waterways, 2 feet or less, really going to be pleasant altogether. Water temperatures still running on the cool side except for Lake Sammamish and Lake Washington. Likely a couple of degrees cooler since it has been a little cooler this week. Earlier in the week, as we well know, a lot of people going to the water, but Puget Sound still very cold. Our rivers are still running very cold as well. If you're headed up hiking, this is the forecast for around Snoqualmie Pass, depending on the elevation. But to kick things off, misty, cloudy conditions followed by clearing. We'll have blue sky above. Temperatures will be in the 50s to about 60. Now let's take you to eastern Washington. A big change from a week ago, 70s and 80s. Also something, fire weather outlook. This is a product issued by the Storm Prediction Center out in Norman, Oklahoma, and they're giving the Columbia Valley an elevated fire risk. And so this is because of the low relative humidity humidity, wind gusts 20 to 25 miles per hour, and then modest dry fuel. So that will continue into today as well. So it's on the elevated side. So it's important, and it puts it on the radar that there has to be a fire weather outlook. It goes from that elevated low risk, but still elevated nonetheless. 41 to 50 degrees tonight. We'll have increasing clouds once again, but tomorrow is going to be brighter. It's going to be warmer as well for everyone. See mid and upper 60s to our north. The beach is going to be cooler, but then for Central Sound, Southwest Interior, Hood Canal, the Eastern Olympic Peninsula, going to be nice and mild, and then even hotter for Eastern Washington, but still pretty bearable. Now, if you're going to the Mariners game tomorrow, 1:10 first pitch, going to be super nice. Also, 100% chance for hot dogs from heaven. Now that's Sunday. That's not this evening. Hot dogs from heaven yesterday and then on Sunday, and the roof will be open. And if you're going to the Sounders game on Sunday, can you believe it? It's finally here. It's going to be nice then as well. It's going to start at 7 o'clock. That's when we'll start to see all of the madness inside. Going to be so much fun if you are going to be comfortable, a little warm if you're sitting in the direct sun. And then toward the end of the game, depending on when it ends, sunset around 9:09 and going to be nice and comfortable. Eastern Washington tomorrow, mid and upper 80s, so going to be a little toasty there. Now let's skip ahead to the new work week, because that's when things really change. Tuesday we'll start to get more clouds in place, still going to be warm, but we could also get a couple of sprinkles, more so out west. Then Wednesday we'll get the influence from that next system, bringing us some much needed rain. So let's show you, this is the European model starting on Tuesday. You see how clouds start to filter in, maybe a couple of showers over the coast, and then British Columbia, Vancouver Island, and then watch what happens as we head into Wednesday. This is when we'll have a good shot at least to get some accumulating precipitation. It might not be much, but at this point anything will help. And then into Friday, into next weekend, we'll have another shot for some wet weather. Better chance perhaps late Friday and into Saturday, but it's a week away. A lot could change between now and then, but it's promising that we'll get better shots for rain, finally, because once again, we need it. Although it will be on the light side, generally less than an inch, except for maybe up in the mountains, but once again, anything will help. And that's over the span of the next 7 days. And this is where we stand for the year. SeaTac now 5.5 inches below where we should be this time of year. Hoquiam really struggling there. And then up in Bellingham, almost 3 inches below where we should be. And as I mentioned, anything will help. So into Father's Day, once again, we'll start off with some clouds. That's going to taper to mostly sunny skies, very comfortable. And then once again, Wednesday, few showers, going to be a little gusty at times, not just near the coast or through the strait. It's going to be everywhere. Then we get into Thursday, which is Juneteenth. Couple of shower chances, but then late Friday, first day of summer, mostly cloudy, going to be cool as well. Maybe only mid-60s for a good chunk of the area. Now beyond the 7-day forecast, keep in mind, this will likely change, especially because the end of the month, or at least the last week of the month, could be a little on the cooler side, but some model guidance is showing the potential, and keyword is potential, that we could have above normal temperatures, but you see to start the first weekend of summer, will be a little cooler than normal, even then it's only by a couple of degrees, but we could have another warm up. Don't forget, you can always find the latest forecast on King 5 Plus on king5.com, the King 5 app, which is a lovely tool to have, especially if you're on the go. And then you can find the latest with meteorologist Leah Pizzetti later this evening on air and on King 5 Plus, YouTube, and so on and so forth. Enjoy your weekend.